Alright, hey folks, Studio here at IPL 5. It looks like picks and bans have already started, and by that I mean they didn't ask if casters were ready, and we were not. So, this is going to be Team Dynamic versus Curse North America. Team Dynamic already down one game, Curse playing a phenomenal game one, and Elise Pick doing a lot of work. And, well, that person is currently outside the room. I just saw him walk by because his hands are actually moving all over the place out of excitement. But bans have started. Orianna being banned out, Lee Sin being banned out. That person, put on the headset right now.
They started without us. How rude.
I was just checking something. I'm like, then all of a sudden it just alt tab. Like, wait, what happened? Oh, picks and bans have started. Thank you guys. Thank you.
How rude.
I'm rooting for whichever team didn't start the game.
Yes, I'm with you on that one. We'll find out who's getting a punch in the side of the head when I see them later.
All right. So look at these bans. Lulu being banned out. Who did they leave open this game? They leave Elise open. They still leave Katarina open. Yep. Orianna being the big fear from TAD, which I can understand. Jackie's got a really good Ori. But these are some pretty... Oh, Diana slipped through. Ooh, there we go. That's a good pick right there.
Yeah.
But so did Rengar.
So did Rengar, and I think that's pretty much all bases covered. Yeah, Orianna. Yeah, so those are the two who've managed to slip through the cracks. But the Dynamic, yeah, getting Diana. And here's the thing, though, is that we've seen more Rengar play come in from TD, but then again, also remember in the past, the Voyboy antics with Rengar.
I mean, did you see Calmei yesterday?
A little bit. I saw a little bit.
Oh, my God. He was playing for, what was that going to be? We versus Moscow 5?
Yeah, last match today.
He did an amazing play using the ultimate to juke inside Moscow 5's base and still escaping. There were 5 people there to stop him. He got out, barely lost any life in the process, actually. And so Rengar, he is just a strong pick. Is he going to go top lane or towards the jungle? My guess would be top lane just because Voyboy's done it in the past. So
yeah, I'll guess the same.
It's going to make a lot more sense up there.
But it's a matter of, here's the question, though. Here's the $1 million question, or actually in this case, the $50,000 question for first place. Will he be running teleport?
Maybe. It's a possibility. At the same time, they could go for a 2v1 over on Team Dynamic to try and shut down Voyboy. Not let him do what he wants to do, which is kill everybody. But
that's what everyone wants to do.
Well, true.
Let's face it.
But the thing is, Rengar not really that strong in the 2v1 lane until he reaches maybe level 3, level 4. When he gets all of his skills, can really spam them to get more ferocity up.
Yes.
Use his roar to heal and stay alive in lane. Up until that point, it's going to be... I mean, just at rank 1 shout, that's going to be a good minute in between heals.
Yes, it's not really a shout, it's a meow at that point.
It's the occasional meow for HP.
I was like, I want to kill you. Like, that's it. That's all it is.
Well,
Katarina.
Oh, top arena coming out.
Could be. Could very well. It's more than likely going to be the case. Because, well, it could be a Diana jungle, could be an Olaf top, but let's face it, it's TD, they have Olaf, it's going to go.
Okay, they have Olaf, Katarina, and Diana. Takashi plays a mean Diana, Nintendo X plays a mean Olaf, and of course, Zion Spartan plays, I think it was him and Yuzuki from Quantic were the first top Katarina players. And, well, it makes sense they picked top arena for him. Could be very effective, very fun to watch top Katarina. She doesn't necessarily get that much CS, like Jackie we saw from Storm, but she can survive really well. She's very hard to get. Kind of like the Elise pick, actually, but a little less safe.
Now, what I'm wondering, though, is that Morgana, we may actually see a change of hands from Morgana over to Curse, but they're thinking about the Zilean pick, which would be quite interesting. Have we actually seen Night Jackie play Zilean before? I'm looking at some of my records.
Nope.
No, we have not.
And they're not going to pick him, at least not yet. Zilean would be a fun pick. I could see him working out versus someone like Diana. The problem is, if you get your blue buffs denied, then your ultimate won't be up that often.
Right.
Zion Spartan, or not Zion Spartan, Takashi X playing Diana will be constantly going aggressive. I mean, I guess this could always be top lane Diana, but I've never seen Zion Spartan do it, so I would assume no.
Well, I remember, like, right before Diana came out, too, there's, like, a huge discussion. It's like, Diana will have this crazy inherent advantage on one side of the map because of the whole crescent thing. Wait, does it curve left or does it curve right? I can't remember.
It benefits blue side, I believe.
Yeah, which
would be curving left.
Yeah,
I'm not positive, but there was a discussion about it, and the truth is, no, she's just really good.
Yeah, she's just playing good. It's like it's not that. It's not the Q that you should be worried about. It's the R.
It's the Diana.
It's the Diana. It's everything, really. But man, that is a combo I have not seen in competitive play forever.
Long time. Yeah.
Alistar does not get played in support very often anymore. He's more often into the jungle. But the #1 AD that you could possibly pair up with Alistar is Vayne, because that combo is redonkulous.
I mean, the headbutt into a Gadem, into the wall, that's a lot of CC. That's a good 3 to 4 seconds of stun. Then you add the Pulverize, going to be a good 6-second CC. Because as you're in the air, as you're transitioning, you actually can't really react for a brief second when you land. And if they chain it together, and Elise coming out again. So going to be top Katarina versus Elise. That's going to be a weird matchup, to say the least. Not one I've seen very often.
Yeah. It's
double AP versus each other top lane. Going to be a lot of passive farming going on if they, feel kind of nervous, which would... Well, I'd be kind of nervous going up against Elise or top Katarina.
But also remember too that Curse and A, one of the big places where they shine is if they manage to stick it out until like the longer a game goes, just because of the playstyle, it benefits more in Curse's favor.
It's weird to say it, but TD, they need to be a bit more proactive. Last game, that was not a high kill game.
No,
it was what 4-2 towards the 20-minute mark,
pretty much.
And that's a game that benefits Curse. TD, if they have to play aggressive, they have to make the big plays happen. If not, it's just going to be one fight here, one fight there, and that's not how TD really ever benefits.
Yeah.
They need the constant action. They need the constant aggression. That is a weakness they have, but Curse, they're a team that if the game goes passive, well, they tend to win. That is how they played most of their games. IPL Face-Off, they had the longest, and having casted every game they played, except I think 2, they definitely had the longest and most passive series, but it was okay. Because that's how they played. That was their strength. Which
is strange, though, because the majority of the teams, here, I think this is like the most aggressive-oriented gathering of teams, I think, for LoL so far. Because
definitely,
we see a lot of new faces over on the NA side, and they're known. Teams like Dynamic are known for being super aggressive, like early jungle invades and things like that, and we're not seeing it.
Well, we saw it last game.
We saw the one.
It's actually kind of fun because the aggressive teams that are really showing themselves are going to be teams like They've been super aggressive. I'd say the meta's shifting towards being hyper aggressive even. And that's kind of hard to deal with for a lot of teams. You just don't how do you deal with the constant aggression coming out?
Right.
Especially 5-men top dives. That's not safe. That's not easy to deal with. It's scary as hell. And it's what it's shifting towards. So maybe that passive playstyle, even Kersey or CLGU, they're known for being passive. Now they're playing well, not hyper, but they're playing a lot more aggressively.
What other adjectives can we use? Hyper.
They're playing
super,
mega, hyper, ultra.
Super, mega, hyper, ultra, turbo edition.
Turbo edition
2.
No, I play Rainbow edition because it's funnier. Shouts to anybody who's ever played a Street Fighter 2
I know one of the programmers. It is hilarious, and you know what? We've now freshly announced if we can get a Rainbow edition.
Yeah, come on, Rainbow edition. Come on, Capcom.
So let's do real quick. I want to talk about Alistar real quick. Why do we not see him support as much as we used to?
Because he's not that good at it. Is the truth? Oh wait, before we say anything about that, TD, they're all grouped up. They're looking for it.
They do not have vision quite yet. Voyboy is right there around the corner.
Curse can't reveal the bush,
He has not bought his skills yet. We're waiting for the bind. We're waiting to see if he actually goes for the web sling.
If he goes for the stun and they land the stun, it's going to...
Oh, there's my Jackie there with the vines. Actually getting 3 members of Dynamic right there in the bush. But there's the full price. Nice Jackie. Gotta be going down, but he's waiting on the pass just for a second. There's another kill down onto the Rengar. Voyboy, can you actually get out of there? There's the axe to keep him slowed. Flash is going, and there's the leap. Just to stay out
yet?
Is not out yet, though. Zion Spartan taking the turret. Cannot get kill number 3. But that is a huge start for Dynamic once again, though. But will they hold on to this lead?
Well, this is 2 kills versus 1 kill, and a lot burn for Curse trying to get out there. So they had Jackie with the vines. Normally when you land those, you're just like, all right, that's fine. I was thinking maybe they'll have Elise going with a stun to try and start off that fight, but because the vines always travel their full length, they didn't suspect anything. And I really love that TD, they actually spent a half second there trying to retreat. But I mean, you walk into a bush with an Alistar in it, you die.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gone, and I really love that. TD just kind of calling out. They saw the Zyra. There's really good invasions like that. Yeah. We commonly see people go for that try bush game. So what happened last game actually, and well, that was a great punishment coming out from TD. Yeah. Now they have the 2 kills. They all bought some wards. Mid lane, Takashi going for that Doran's ring. Going to be very, very safe now. That shield will be so hard to get through.
Those kills went to mid and to top.
Which exactly where
the
we need to go.
best possible split, I think, in this situation you could have, because these are two AP champs that can scale ridiculous if given any small lead, any small opportunities. But look at this, Cop here top lane.
Oh, this lane makes a lot of sense.
This is, and look once again, Voyboy actually getting that blue to go down to bot. Interesting. But then again, this is quite positive. I'm guessing Curse is not confident with the Elise Katarina matchup, but at the very least, remember, this is on Caitlyn.
I'd say this is more Caitlyn can really shut down Katarina. Like, watching Zion Spartan, he's already using a health potion. He has 6 health potions in his inventory, so that's going to be hard to deal with coming out from comp, but at the same time, it's not easy to be in the lane. Like, you see him, he tried to get 1 CS there, took about 3 auto attacks.
Right.
It's just going to get harder and harder to deal with as the game goes on, as the lane goes on. Eventually, you can just start getting hit by the ultimate, the ace in the hole. It's going to deal so much damage.
And Tekashi X, he doesn't quite care that he's taking damage, but he is taking a bit too much. So he may have to just chill out for a second, drink a potion, and sit on it just for a second. But he does have that early Doran's ring, so at the very least, a little bit more healthy. He can spam the abilities just a little bit more, and all those abilities to have a little bit extra punch. Zion Spartan now in a struggle just to farm underneath tower because those auto attacks from Cop just do a bit too much this early on.
They deal quite a bit of damage. Yeah. I mean, if he gets the proc from his passive too, like, that's gonna be the problem. That everything Cop has, it's going to be efficient at shutting down Zion Spartan. Right. You have to be playing back. He has 10 CS versus Voyboy's 11 CS. He has more potions, so he can take a lot more damage, but it's just going to be hard until he gets enough wave clear, which, well, if you max out Sinister Steel first on Katarina with a normal build, you have to get into melee range to clear very efficiently, and that's going to be the tricky part.
So now we actually see both of the AD lanes looking to get their push onto the tower, but it seems that Curse is having a bit more success because it's new Caitlyn. That is a very push-oriented lane. But Alistar Vayne, that's very aggressive. That's a kill lane. You're looking for kills here, but
you can't kill Elise.
You can't kill Elise. You can't kill usually someone you're pushing to tower, and especially hard to kill Elise because she just goes up into the air. She's just gone.
They're not going to kill her in one combo. That's going to be the big thing. Like, possibly if they get a headbutt pulverize into a condemned, maybe.
Yeah.
But the way Voyboy positions himself, he's never going to be in that spot. If he gets headbutt, he's just going to be safe.
If he does, it's his own
mistake, and he knows it. So that's why he's playing off to like the side, to the left side of that lane, but not sticking in the middle. Nintendo DX is down there. A 3-man gank could work out to catch him out of Spider Form.
He is outside of the Tri-Brush. There's the headbutt and pulverize up against the wall, and still manages to get out of there, but cannot stay up in the air for long. There's the exhaust going down, and Voyboy going down underneath his own tower. Tendu taking the turret the entire time, but there's the leap from St. Vicious from the Tri-Brush, managing to take out the Olaf, and here comes Nia Jax. There's a lot of CC in that Zyra. Can you get it? No, does not land the vines on the Alistar. He flashes either, but Tekashi X also coming down to make a visit, but will not have any opportunities there.
I'm actually surprised he went for that flash. Could have just tried to bait out the fight, but I mean, that's kind of the problem that Voyboy poses when you try to gank him. Like, that was a cool gank. That was a great kill. But they spent so much time there. That gave time for St. Vicious to get just in range to really lock down and cement that kill. So that's kind of the problem they have ganking Zyra, or ganking Elise. But you know what? They got the kill. They went 1-for-1. It's still an okay situation.
Right. And but also keep in mind, top lane, look, how is this tower doing?
Ooh.
Not very well.
800 HP, and you know, these waves, they're not going down very quickly.
No.
He can't clear them too efficiently just because he has to get so close to them to deal that damage.
Yeah, and I'm expecting the moment that tower goes down, Curses are going to switch on back and try the same thing back down bot. But as we mentioned before, though, this is a very aggressive kill lane from TD. They may just stay up there and keep pushing.
That could be what they want to do. They want to try and make sure that Caitlyn doesn't fight Vayne if Vayne's on equal farm, especially once she's hit level 6, because Vayne, with her chase potential, can really punish someone like Caitlyn who's based entirely off the range. She's just going to stay in auto attack range, keep shooting her with that mini crossbow, and there's not a lot Caitlyn can do about it. So this is a point where Caitlyn could do well against Vayne, but they're using that time to just pressure top lane, and it is working out. 23 CS to 23 CS, despite the fact that Elise has died. And Vayne, she's only 5 CS behind, so not getting that big lead, but I think they're confident showing down Katarina right now.
Nia Jax low on mana here in the mid, and Tekashi X, he's been doing actually a pretty good time. He's having a pretty good time farming here. He's 10 up, double Doran's ring, has plenty of damage and mana regen on there, and also the important part is that Tekashi X is now level 6, now has the ultimate available, and is capable of a boatload of burst wherever he may be. Staying mid, going for the gank bot top wherever he needs to be.
Yeah, he can roam efficiently. Actually set up a really good kill top lane if he gets a chance to go up there. I mean, that could be his plan right now. Zion Spartan himself also level 6, so that's going to be a really deadly combination. They're roaming straight up top, but looking at Curse, they're already gone. Because Zion Spartan holds this turret. Oh, how low is it?
So close.
40-17. Oh, come on.
Minions.
Oh.
OP.
That's actually a really important tower kill. Now they can't try and bait out the dive or bait out a push from Curse. Can't gank them for it. That's kind of a crappy situation. Don't match you taken to about half HP. Voyboy doing a lot of damage there. And will Curse keep pushing down that top lane, or will he go ahead, swap bot, try to go for the dragon control, and try to fight? Gold now dead even despite the 2-kill advantage for TD, but that's going to be the turret. So that's something that could very easily be made up at the same time. Turret defense is very strong. They have Zyra, they have Elise, they can really hold those lanes well. Caitlyn, of course, whatever lane she's in, it's going the other direction. It's not pushing towards her.
And Cobb going to be returning to top lane, but it looks like Rux on Nunu. He's going to be roaming just a little bit. He could also be trying for something here in mid. Tekashi X has been actually doing a pretty good job pushing. He's a little bit vulnerable for a gank, because remember that when you do go in with the ultimate, you are displaced a little bit. Don't actually throwing down the ultimate here in bot. Voyboy up in the air just to try and avoid damage. Does get the stun, barely up against the wall, forcing out the flash, but there's Science Spartan on the back end beyond tier 1 in mid with one Shunpo and some blades.
That's a bop right there. That's a bop coming out from Zion Spartan.
But Science Spartan needed that, though, because he's been denied so much farm, and that just put him right back into this.
The big problem is that leaves that blue buff open topside to the new Caitlyn combo.
Yeah.
Though it isn't quite up yet. They were scouting for it. If they do feel confident, they can get a lot of push on. And Zion Spartan roams out of lane again. They're not going to be afraid to push. They're not going to be afraid to go aggressive.
Saint Vicious, he may have a double take, do the same thing he did last time, but Nintendo wisely backing off. Wants to clear some distance for Mashmi to get some damage onto the turret, but the creeps are pushing back at the moment. But it looks like Nintendo will just stay down here just to keep the AD and support.
They want to keep the aggressive action going there. Unfortunately, topside is being pushed up for. Well, they were pushing up, but now they're scared because Tekashi's going for this kill. It's going to be level 7, level 5 versus level 8 and level 7. This could be a hard fight.
At the very least, they're going to trap Rux, but I think the prime target here is Cop. But Rux actually going the opposite way. They are now split, and Rux, he's going full Rambo mode, trying to escape death. And we'll see is if he's actually going to be able to make it. You got Nintendo actually closing on his position too. Rux just slowly
run away, Rux, run away.
Run away. Can you actually do it? He actually has no boots, and he dispersed Dynamic for so long. Sans boot. He's barefoot at the moment and managed to keep TD away for so long.
I mean, Zion Spartan, they won for that chase. He could not keep up because of the snowball. The snowball coming.
Now he buys. Yeah, now he's got boots.
Yeah, now he's like, I really need these.
I need some new kicks because those feet were just not working.
And well, had he had boots, he would have been able to run away in the first place because of the snowball moving so fast. Oh, is that a fight going on?
That is Tekashi X keeping Saint Vicious behind. Does he wait? He's ulted. He has ulted. Leaping right down onto Pixel, still trapped in the bush, caught out by the ward. There's Tekashi X getting the kill on to Caitlyn, but TD still looking to draw the line. Saint Vicious trapped in the brush, flashes over the wall to the blue spawn. Voyboy going down the river, and Nijaki should actually be safe with the Saint Vicious guard. There is a little bit of damage though. Saint Vicious, he's got brought below, and Curse wants to re-engage this. Voyboy dipping in and out of the Dragon Pit. Pixel very low though. Rux looking to be a hero. He is back. Wants a little bit of revenge. He's only level 5, does not have the ultimate, and Elise over on the side with some spiders takes out Mashmi.
Don't mash me, getting mashed in the end. The big problem right now for TD is once again the CS has just not been in their favor. It's actually more or less equal this game, but it's a 1,300 gold advantage for TD, and they're up 4 kills. That's going to be more or less equal, just I think 500 once if this turret goes down right now. The push is pretty strong. I guess Rux hasn't blood pulled yet. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an awkward fight though. Like it was really weird.
It was long. That was really what happened. Rux had time to show up back in the fight. If he had his ultimate, it would have picked up 3 more kills there. But luckily he didn't.
And it's really odd to see fights go that long this early on. It's like, well, do we want to re-engage maybe? I don't know.
So much got used taking out Cop at the start of the fight, and it really just kind of willed them low. That Jackie come in from the side there really set up that fight perfectly. I mean, TD, they just had no HP. After they went for those aggressive dives, they needed to back up, and they stayed a little bit too long in the area. And well, they took a lot of damage in response. Don't Mash be going down. That is not the best situation. He's at least 1-1-3. Those assists, that Bane trade potential is still there. But I'm just kind of worried. TD's lead, it's fairly small for how many kills they have, for how far ahead they should be.
And also, right now, Curse, they have vision. They know Mashmi's down bot. They know he's farming. So they can push back on this push here in mid if they decide to. But it looks like they're going to do the safe play. Saint Fish is actually farming up. And Cop just does not want to leave top lane. It's like that, I mean, just look at this.
Look at this. Wave. Okay, yeah, there's a reason you go on top lane. If Tekashi X can get a kill up there, like one turret will really kind of get TD back into a more dominant position.
Oh, cupcake.
That's, I mean, could Takashi dive cop? Probably not, because there's 4 people now backing him
Yeah,
up.
there's way too much reinforcement here top now for Curse.
And, well, he does deny cop a decent amount of CS there, and really that's his main goal there, just try and keep him from getting that much CS. Still a 20 CS lead over Vayne. A decent amount, but this bot turret is going to go down. Alright, TD, they're going to be, alright, 2,000 goal lead, a little bit more confident with how they're doing now.
Cop taking a huge chunk from that Diana Q, but wisely decides to back off with the net. Does not want to be ulted, does not want to be bursted down. But most of TD's focus, they are into the mid, into the bot, and Takashi, he's convinced that he can actually take care of this 2v1, but those slows are a little dangerous right now. Rock's throwing down the ultimate. Takashi X cannot dive in, cannot dive out of that ultimate.
Whoa, where'd he go?
Where is that Voyboy at? There's Takashi X going down. He did not have the pullback to cancel out that ult. Just could not do it.
He could not get, like, he just kind of sat there. I don't know if you saw Cop. He walked into the ultimate, just so Takashi X did try to use his own ult to get out of that fight.
Yeah.
He could not do it. And unfortunately, Takashi X not able to pick up the kill. They do pick up Voyboy. They're taking down this bot turret. That is 2 people top lane to go ahead and secure that kill. So the other 4, guess what? They're taking out the other top laner, securing this bot turret. Jackie is here to defend. St. Finch taking a lot of damage. She does have the ult to get out of the fight, though.
Yep, Zion Spartan did not have the ult up, could not, not the full damage potential, but enough to keep him away. And Dynamic happy with their gain of tower.
Oh, that's a scary push to be in. That's a very,
wow. That is risky.
At the same time, Ruck's actually pushing down that mid lane turret, so, I mean, overall, a kill for a kill, a turret for a turret, but that bot, those outer bot turrets are gone now.
Yeah.
They can kind of ignore that lane. They can send Vayne to a farm when the creep lane builds back in their direction. And the TD, they've got a decent amount of map control. They have to apply their pressure. They can go down mid, go down top, though, and that's going to be their main focus. Going for the jungle, either the blue buff or focusing on a push and camp in the red jungle for Curse.
Yeah. It's still, I guess there's still a lot of awkward fights. You know, that the last few series of fights have just both been, strange, and we strangely started a little bit longer than we would anticipate fights to go on this early. And I'm wondering, the first full, everyone's full, everyone just busting heads, kind of fight. I'm wondering how that's actually going to turn out.
I don't know at this point. I'd say TD, they're scary to say the least, based off that flash coming out of Jackie right there.
Jackie was
low at HP, but still.
Diana's definitely still a concern.
Yeah. Diana's insane. Vayne's doing well. I think TD, this game's, the longer it goes, the more in their favor it's going to be. So they don't need to be dominant right now. I'd say that's just kind of how they like to play. But if they can just wait for a passive late game, I mean, they have, not at least, they have Vayne.
Yeah.
They have Diana, one of the best injuries in the game, and Katarina does not have weak late game to say the least.
Yeah.
Same time, Caitlyn not that well known for mid to late game. Late game is okay just because of her range, but not the same as Vayne's. Vayne has a really good late game, and Elise really gonna be more focused on executing people rather than just being in those team fights, being a heavy initiator. So she doesn't do quite as much as the other members.
So one of the problems that Dynamic used to have, and may still have, is closing out those games once things get super late. Having the issue is sometimes they'll be hey, let's just throw everyone in and inhibit, maybe they'll go down. Do you feel they still have that issue? Do you feel that may come into play here?
I think every team has that issue, depending on the comp they're up against. It's going to be hard to push against a team that Curse has just because of Caitlyn and because of Jackie playing Zyra. So that's a hard group to push against. At the same time, Reg being attempted. They have to force fights for objectives like this.
There's St. Vicious out in front. Well, gets the leap onto Nintendo, force him out of the fight. There's Zyra ult going down. Only gets the leap onto Takashi X, but he does go down mid pop-up. St. Vicious still in the brush, and that's not where you want to be fighting a Rengar. Pixel forced to use the ult, but left behind by the Zyra Vines. He's very low. He's a shred. Single shred of health. Will the Caitlyn ult get him? No. Nintendo blocking the shot for his buddy, allowing the Alistar heal to come out and make him a little bit more healthier, just enough so he can get back to spawn comfortably. But the dragon is still up and alive, and Curse can just fall back and grab it for themselves here.
And unfortunately for Team Dynamic, they're not quite tanky enough yet. Takashi X is doing well, but he doesn't have the bull. The shield is decent, but he doesn't have his own use. He doesn't have anything to really survive these fights, and that showed there. Because he went forward first, which normally happens, but he died.
Yeah.
And he died quickly. So they need to really get their items. Zonya's now finished on Takashi X. Still, though, that was only one death, despite the fact that Pixel was so low, despite the fact that they really... they lost their main initiator and their, I'd say, biggest source of burst damage right now.
Yeah.
Vayne, she's getting scary, but doesn't have anything really completed. It has Zeal, BF Sword in her inventory. They kind of need to wait and just get more items. And they can really deal with the bulkiness of someone like Rengar. they can get past that front line, get someone like Jack, get someone like Caitlyn, and deal the DPS. But right now, they don't have enough.
Yeah, but on the other side, Curse feels like they have enough to actually get through, because you saw how much Nintendo got bursted down.
died. And
Takashi died, and Nintendo was brought down.
Oh,
Rux may get caught out here. Takashi X with the dash, ultimately keeping him behind. He's got those Nikes now. He can actually get away. No, maybe not. There's Takashi X with the quick kill, and Cop over on the side wants to get a little bit of revenge for the support, but is actually pushed aside. Nijaki, though, is still wanting to get aggressive, throwing down the seeds in preparation. Running side by side with Cop, but Dynamic has decided to fall back into their own jungle after placing a ward over out in front of the Baron.
I mean, I think Curse was hoping the fight would keep going on. Oh, actually, Cop.
Oh, the bush is warded, by the way. Okay, now you know.
Yeah. Cop, wasn't a bad spot there, and they keep catching out Rux. Rux right now, what's his score? 0-2-2. So actually, I thought he died a little bit more, but he's okay, given some of the bad situations he's been in.
Yeah, no more. Just no more from this point on.
Yeah. Though. They're looking for those easy catches. They're looking for just those quick kills, like St. Vicious right now going on Don't Mash. He's trying. Oh, he still gets sold by the end. The second bola.
There
he escaped this.
He's trying to. The elite Voyboy just barely getting missing the stun. Don't Mash me though. The explosive spider doing quite a bit. Can he actually get out of St. Vicious taking the tower? But here comes Takashi X. The Vayne does go down, but Diana looking for revenge.
No mana though.
No mana. Cannot do a whole hell of a lot in St. Vicious though with the interference. Manages to keep Diana aside.
A lot of damage being dealt to that. Oh, actually no damage being dealt to that top turret though.
Oh wow.
That's an important kill. I mean, they have 3 people up top, but they can't push against that, against the Caitlyn without their own Vayne. And
yeah.
I mean, if they can shut down Vayne, if they have someone like Rengar who can jump to the back line, and well, they do, and Elise trying to focus her down too, that's going to be a big deal if Don't Mash Me can't survive against that combo. Still, looking at that chase, look at the fact that he cleansed and still got hit by a second CC afterwards and was able to get all the way back to his turret. That's an okay spot to be in. Eventually,
right.
Don't Mash Me will get the Zeal, will be moving a bit faster. He might be able to escape those dangerous situations.
Yep. And imagine what would have happened if Diana was there a little bit sooner. I mean, it could have actually prevented the whole
I mean, that was a good, I'd say, half second to save Vayne. That was almost an escape for Vayne.
Right.
That was so close, but Takashi just not there.
Or even then, imagine if Nintendo was there. Because remember, he is the one with the vision. He does have the pink eye. He does have.
They can go ahead, they can stop the initiation, or at least catch him in the process. Right. And the kite potential is really strong from TD, just because of the axes from Olaf. And if Takashi X doesn't initiate, he can always use his pull just to protect Vayne. And that's going to be efficient. Their main goal will be to protect Vayne in the late game, but I think they're going to be going for more of the aggressive front line. Zion Spartan dives in, Takashi dives in, and there are these big threats coming out from TD. Everybody is scary, even Pixel, just because he can initiate so well. So they have to deal with everybody, and the fact that that leaves Vayne open in the back is going to be important to them. Yeah,
Alistar is still a huge massive threat. It's AoE CC, end of sentence. That's it.
And that's it. You have to deal with that. You have to make sure that he either doesn't get in the fight well, or if he does, well, you have something planned out.
Dynamic camping out this bush, and this is very much like we saw earlier. And there is the axe that starts the fight. Pulverize getting 2 members of Curse NA. Got the Zyra ult popping up, 2 members of TD, and there's the Caitlyn ultimate to keep countering it out of the fight. New ult going down. Also, St. Vicious does not get out of the brush this time. Another kill. 2 members down for each side. Don't Mash Me will not be able to get out. Zyra picking up that one for the double, and that is a 2 for 3.
And so much time spent taking out Voyboy, taking out St. Vicious, that left that very squishy backline for Curse open. Now they have 3 up. Now it's only Zion Spartan and Tidudex. And unfortunately, the front line for TD is not dealing enough damage to those important squishy targets. I mean, they dove for Voyboy, they dove for St. Vicious, and those are the guys that want to be taking damage. What does St. Vicious have right now? Spirit Visage, Heart of Gold, and now finishing an Aegis. He is going to be the bulky member of Curse, as well as Elise, now that she's going for, well, not the Frozen Heart we saw last time, but he just bought a Giant's Belt. So unfortunately, their focus wasn't there. They had a good catch. They had such a good bait, but just not the right people being hit in the end.
Right. And even then, you look on the other side, you look at Dynamic, you look at Olaf, he does not have his Aegis done yet. He's got his GP10s, but nothing really to help benefit the whole team. And frontline, it's Alistar. He has his ult.
So he can survive there. And, well, really, they sent the front line forward. It's like, we're going to go for these guys. And, I mean, no one's still that tanky. Pixel, even on Alistar, well, you kind of ignore Alistar if he has ult up. It's going to be a while before he has his stun combo up again. And, I mean, Nintendo doesn't have the HP. Zion Spartan barely got out of that fight, too. Like, they went in there, they got hit by too much AoE. They're setting up the same trap again. Can they really do this, though?
Hey, fool me once. as they say. Pixel over off onto the side, though. Can he get the head before he gets, but only onto Zyra, and he is left behind, going down to half. There's the Zyra ult once again. Zion Spartan being popped up on that. Domatch needs to get out of there, uses the cleanse. Can he actually get away? He has the ultimate up. Takashi X go for the dive, wants to get the kill on Nightjackie, but he is alone. Katarina and Alistar have already gone down. Awkward fight for Dynamic. This is not the right manner of approach, and 3 for 1 on that. And Curse, they're immediately following that and going straight for the Baron.
I mean, that was Pixel getting a CC, and I don't think he even got the pulverize, just the headbutt.
Just on
Jackie.
Yeah, even then, it's AoE CC that you used on one member.
And like, okay, that's okay if you're going for the catch, but there were so many people around, and you know, Pixel was off on his own. Nintendo X now being caught out. This Baron should be going down pretty much for free, but will he survive? He's trying to escape this. This Oracle is huge. Oh, he's so close to dying. Uses the ultimate. Oh, the spider's blowing up in his face, saying, "No, Nintendo X, you do not get to live today."
Oh, that's absolutely unfortunate.
Those fight, like at the end, who was Domatch be hitting? Rux.
Right.
Rux can die. They don't care if Rux survives.
Right.
And that was giving time for Caitlyn to get free auto attacks. They just are not hitting the right people.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily the positioning, because positioning is insane in these fights. They're just not going for the right focus. They're not playing as a team. They're playing as 5 individuals. And it's showing right now. And Curse, they're playing really damn well right now.
They're playing really well. They know they have the right focus. And you saw that last Domatch was immediately forced. I was like, okay, I gotta pop my cleanse. I gotta get out of here. Otherwise, I'm gonna die, and I have no use to these guys dead.
Who died first? It was gonna be Zion Spartan because he was caught out. Then Takashi. I think Pixel might have died because he was kind of in everybody at the same time. And then Domatch, the second he shows his face, like shoot him. He retreats.
Get that man.
Shows up again. No, get him again. No, he doesn't get to live. Oh, this inhibitor is being pushed down. Pixel taking a lot of damage. Having to use the ultimate, that's a big deal.
Having to use the ultimate under tower.
Yeah, now he can't go for an aggressive initiation. Now they're gonna have to give up this turret most likely.
They're gonna give up the turret, and once they give that up, they're gonna have to let
gone too.
The inhibitor's gone. It's just a matter of how long is it gonna take to get there. And this Baron buff is fresh. It's 3 minutes still to go.
Curse, they're not necessarily ahead up like that much in love with the focus, and I think the confidence is the big issue right now for PD.
He got huge chunk damage going on to St. Vicious, but he will be fine. And
This
is a little bit brave. He goes for the CC. Takashi with the Zonias in the middle of everything, and Rux goes down right as the ultimate ends. St. Vicious taking some tower shots, also exhausted with Takashi X. The damage is too much. Caitlyn ult onto the Vayne. Triple kill for the Vayne, but does go down. 4 for 3. There's still plenty of damage on Curse. It's only Pixel defending, and those Spiderlings can take that damage, but St. Vicious can do so also. Well, did he have enough? Yes, it looks like they will. They're still gonna get the inhibitor off it. That was great. Fantastic kills for Domatch, but he got all 3 of them. But still, though, you're still losing the inhib.
They're still losing a lot of ground, and when the inhib go down, you just lose so much map control. You're gonna have to retreat. You're gonna have to hang out at that top side inhibitor every now and then just to make sure you don't lose a Nexus trade. You don't let the push go on for a bit too long. That
was an amazing play though. That was a little. I kind of like, oh my god, are they actually doing it?
That was the all. Like they made it all in just to survive, and you know what? They at least got rid of the Baron buffs.
They had 3 of the critical members.
Yeah, it was still a bad situation.
Right.
The Oracle's down for Curse at least, but.
Yeah. But you got the important members. You got off Zyra.
Yeah, they got it off
Got off of Caitlyn.
Off Caitlyn.
Rux doesn't count.
Well, Rux is just. I mean, hey, that's like an extra 180 damage on the ultimate, I believe. That Baron buff does a lot.
That's nothing to laugh at, actually.
So it is noticeable on Rux, but still, I mean, that's what they need to do. They just need to be aggressive onto the right people, onto the front line. In the end, who survived? It was St. Vicious and Voyboy, the tanky members, but still, that was a team with Baron buff. Curse or TD, they're gonna outscale Curse just because they do have Vayne. If they can hold, they can wait. We've seen the proper fight for them. It can be really efficient. They didn't even have Pixel ultimate. Had they had that, he could have stayed in the fight longer. Might have been able to get a second CC off. Might have been able to really turn that fight.
And the more farm Vayne can actually manage to get, she's actually not too far behind Cobb. Actually, it's a 1K difference between the 2 ADs following that triple. And Vayne, with the right items, with the attack speed and all the damage, one of the biggest hitting ADs once you hit late game.
She scales so ridiculously well. Unlike someone like Draven, who can scale really well himself, isn't so dependent on positioning.
Right.
She can, she has mobility. She's aggressive. She's hard to chase down. She can catch up super well because of her passives. And it's going to be scary for Curse if this game goes on, but it's still in their favor. They still have a 6K gold lead, and this is going to be a hard hold.
And their push is amazing. And so we saw it in the early manners. We saw it when the tier 1 top went down.
That poke.
Kopf and Rux together. That Blood Boil Caitlyn, that is just free tower damage all day, every day. If you have a minion, you have free tower damage.
And of course, Voidboy, he always has minions.
He always has minions. He's always got spiders. Always.
But a lot of it too is going to be Jackie with his own poke. He lands a good grasping vines. That could be a kill.
Yeah.
Don't Mashpee does now have a cleanse, does have his Silver Sash, so he's going to be very hard to kill. And that's going to be the big thing. You can't really take him down. If you can survive the fights long enough, he will just kill everybody.
St. Vicious looking for free CC wherever he can, throwing down those bolas. Same thing, Void Blade dipping in and out. Everyone taking turns, taking a free tower shot or two just to see if they can't bait something out, see if they can't route TD straight out without having to do this long poke game. Still outside of still waiting for the minions. And also, remember, there's super minions pushing up here in the top, and eventually TD's going to have to fall back and deal with it.
That eventually is going to be in about 15 seconds, and when that happens, Curse are going to go for the aggression, they're going to go for the push.
Yes.
And if you're TD, that might be the end of the game. Takashi X down to about half HP, they know this on Curse. They're playing a bit more far forward, they're going for the aggression now.
And actually, mid's pushing too, so Vayne going off to see that. Curse decides this is a pretty good opportunity. There's the Zyra ult going down to Pixel X. Up into the air, being called out. Nintendo charging on forward, wants this kill, but Elise going to be taking out Diana, and there is Elise going straight up into the air, wants to get the kill on the Olaf, flashing it over, being very aggressive, exhausted and pulverized, and Dynamic in a full retreat back to their fountain, giving up the tower, giving up the inhib. And
Big turret dying to creeps, actually.
Cop doesn't care. He's not even going for it yet, but he knows they can win the game here with the right amount of push. They can take out both Nexus turrets right here because Takashi is going to be down for another 20 seconds. Nintendo cannot even escape. Just the auto attack harassment from Caitlyn. Doing it again onto Pixel. Just whatever CC necessary just to get Cop out of the way. It's just simply not enough. Mashpee having trouble staying in his own fountain even. Spiders coming in from Elise on the side, and the Nexus is now being focused. And this will be it. Curse NA plugging down the Nexus, just a few more shots, and they should have it. There is the shutdown on to Elise, but I think this is just a little bit too late coming from Dynamic. But you do have Takashi X. He has respawned. Cop. Look at Cop! Very low and still in the middle of the fight, but the super minions are too much. Curse NA moving on. Team Dynamic is out.
I got a big frown because I love TD. They're cool people.
They're good guys, and to have them come back to the tournament that really kick-started them off onto this whole crazy esports world.
Yeah, and now they're tied for 13th place. But they played well. They played an okay game, but they didn't play a great game. And Curse, they came out actually giving up 2 kills early on in the game, and that really didn't kickstart the game for TD. They just didn't take enough control early enough. The fights, when they did happen, even game 1, they're really just kind of in Curse's favor for the most part, and they just didn't have the focus. They weren't the right team. They weren't the TD we know and love when it comes to playing well.
And it's so weird. It still boggles me whenever they get Olaf and whenever they don't perform, because Nintendo has been like the biggest key for this team for the longest time, and here he is with his champ, and it's still just not working out.
It's just not doing it. Maybe
so weird.
In the end, the Olaf pick just might not be right. It might not be what they need. He went 0-4-8 that game. He had a decent amount of control, but he didn't really get that much farm. Didn't really have a chance to dive Cop or be that beefy in the front line. He actually had the least amount of gold in the game at 6.7k, well below Pixel. Well, 500 gold below Pixel at 7.2k.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the story for even Nintendo X last game. Like, he did decently, got those early kills, but he didn't do that much. He could not be that effective.
Yeah, it's just.
It could be the fix.
It's a shame.
It wasn't just Nintendo X. So it was overall TD. They had a good comp. They had their chances, but the right people weren't being targeted. Curse had decent positioning and really punished them for that.
Right.
And like TD, they had their moments to shine. They did play well, but they didn't play consistently well throughout the entire game. And well, Curse abused that as they should. And they took a very solid win, 2-0 in like the first round of losers. That's a nice way to start it off for Curse. Now that they are here, they want to make sure they give up as few games as possible, stay confident. And TD, well, we'll grab a burger with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I know some of the Dynamic parents are here too, so we'll just. They'll still have some fun.
We'll party with the Dynamic parents, but put TD to sleep. Oh my God, that would be the best and weirdest night ever. Shouts to all the TD parents though, because you guys are awesome.
Yeah. So, Curse NA going to be moving on. They're going to be playing the loser of Curse EU and CLG Prime. And it would be strange, though, if Curse EU manages to drop down. That would be a guaranteed team kill over in the losers bracket. But Curse EU, they're looking very strong right
They're
now, though.
very scary. They're
Yeah.
a team that I don't want to say came out of nowhere. They just haven't really been recognized that much lately.
Yeah.
But then they had the two big recent tournaments, DreamHack and Tales of the Lane, and it's like one did not so well and the other did pretty strong. And it's like, well, they're maybe a really good team, maybe not. But when they're on fire, and they've been boot camping from what I've heard.
Yes.
Depending on who you talk to, actually, never mind that one. Super Rays having different opinions, but
Yeah.
when they really practice, when they really play well, they show their strength.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see where the rest of the day leads. I think we're out of here for the moment, but I think we should be back later on this afternoon. And of course, as always, big shout outs to all of our sponsors here. And it's these guys who make it happen. It's viewers like you who make it happen. You have to give that the plug to PBS. Huge thanks for them to helping us out also. And stay tuned, man. We also got the main stage stream going strong. So if you want to check out more League of Legends action there, but we will be back in a little while for some great more matches, and we'll see you once again this afternoon.
Adios, folks.